Hi, my name is Dr. Scott Young with Dr. Scott Young. You can look at our hearing expert here. We're at Hearing Solution Centers. Today we're going to talk about the funny things patients say, part 2. So I'm going to have my iPad out so I can kind of remember those. But there was this one patient who said that her hearing aid would automatically play Christmas songs, but only on the week of Christmas. And she wanted me to fix it. I'm like, I don't know how to fix that. I'm sorry. I'll send it off. The manufacturer's not going to fix that one either. One other patient swore to me that the hearing aid helps his dog to hear better. And I'm like, wait a second. No, it helps you to hear the dog better. No, the dog hears me better. I don't think so, because the dog doesn't have the hearing aid on. And by the way, years and years ago, actually was asked by a vet to make an impression on a dog who was nearly deaf. It was the craziest impression I ever did in my life. I had a person that said he used his behind the ear hearing aid as a fishing lure to help catch more fish. Kid you not, that's what they said. Oh, I had one patient, this one's a good one. This patient had a pretty profound hearing loss and was 100% convinced that every time the weatherman looked away, he stopped talking. Now think about a weatherman and how they do. So they talk to the camera and then they talk to the camera. And he thought every time they looked away, they weren't talking. And I said, do you not understand that you may be reading lips? Nuh-uh. Yeah, you are. You're reading lips. He stops talking. I'm like, listen, I've heard him. He's still talking when he's looking back there. But that's the perception that happens. I had this one lady that she did say this. She said, she came into me and she goes, I want to get hearing aids because I want to hear my cats. Good point. That's a great motivator to look at, right? So she would hear the cats at the back door, and that was one of her things to kind of get out. Because I had a cat in college, and I remember, stupid me, I didn't let the cat in. I think I was out that whole night or something, and I came back and the cat was scratching the door. I feel horrible about that, But that's what she wanted to hear, and I was like totally on board with that because I'm thinking about my own college experience. So I check in with her after I fit the hearing aids about a week later. I said, how you doing? She goes, well, I can hear the cats really well at the door. That's great. But cats are disgusting when they eat. You got to fix that in my hearing aids. Honey, I can't change that. Do you know they're the chompiest animals I've ever heard. Dogs don't chomp like that, but cats love to chomp that way. Just some way that their mouths have that construction. So I want to end it up with this because we have this quite a bit of time. When you think about your hearing, I want you to think this way. You're hearing these words of hearing loss, but I want to separate it out in 3 different categories that we always talk about. Hearing is the ability to hear someone say something without understanding it. If I were to hear a flapping sound, that's hearing the sound. Things were happening around me too. And if I heard that sound in the background, that's the flapping, the knocking down sound. But we hear the sounds of speech. Understanding is hearing all of the speech sounds to make sense of the word. Now, listening is a different thing. Listening is the ability to pay attention. Now, we've all had kids who don't pay attention. They're not listening to us. We've seen husbands that don't listen to the wives while he's watching the ball game over there. So when we think about hearing loss, we have to know the difference between hearing and understanding and listening. I've had patients that argue up one side, down the other. You're not hearing me. I hear you fine. You're not hearing me. I hear you fine. Dude, you need to be saying to him, you're not understanding me. That might be right. Now, we also have to think about listening. Are we really listening? There are many times that we shut off and we have eavesdropping that we do. We just hear things in the background and we might not be listening to this guy who's kind of boring for us, and we're listening to that amazing conversation right over there. And that's a person with perfect hearing, that they can kind of pick in and out, kind of scan in and out of areas and listen to what they want to listen for. So I just wanted to share with you this kind of information. It's just a great thing to think about. Those are the funniest things that I've heard about. I hope that's interesting for you. And if you like some of this stuff, subscribe. Thank you so much.